Welcome to Summer Wine Narrowboat Stories. This week we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to service the engine, gearbox, etc. And I'm going to show you how I do it on mine. This is the air filter. This filters the air as it goes through into the engine. Mine has two diesel filters. It has an inline filter and this one, which is actually attached to the engine. All these filters can either be bought at the local motor factors, like Cars or something like that. Like this one here, this is the inline filter. It comes with a few seals, etc. This one actually fits to a Land Rover. I know full well that, because I used to be into Land Rovers at one time. And this one here is the oil filter. There. So I bought some oil as well. Mine takes 10W40. It roughly takes about 2 gallons to do the engine and gearbox. If you think about it, if you've heard of engine oil, you wouldn't put that in your car. As an ex-car mechanic, I'd call it crap engine oil, if you pardon the language. But it has to be that viscosity, as these engines run at very low revs. So let's get started. Excuse the water that's in the bilge. We've had rather a lot of rain and the boarding has cracked on mine. I've got to repair it. It just needs a bit of strengthening again. My father bought me some coal and the bags were rather heavy. I walked over the wooden covers and they gave way at the weak point where the handles were, so they didn't totally give way. I just got to strengthen them a little. Put a bit of 2x1 on there. But hopefully all this filming will come to fruition. And if it doesn't, I'm going to do my best with it. We're going to attempt to do the air filter and try and do this one by one. It's the easiest one of all to do. Mine's just 3 clips. Take it off. There's the old one, looking pretty grimy. You can see where the intake and it's been doing its job there, the dirty part. That just shows that it's been doing its job. There's nothing untowards in there, no water or anything like that. You can just give it a wipe round. Some, if you're going to take the top off it like that, you may need a spanner or something into that. It may even have a wing nut that you have to undo to take the top off. There's the new one in place, and just put the lid on like that, and I'll do the clips up because I can't do that one-handed, and we'll get on to the next one. I'm going to undo and change the diesel filters next. That's what I call the inline filter, and this is the other filter that's attached to the engine. We'll turn off the diesel taps. Undo this. Mine's size there is 11mm. It's 11m there. Don't know whether you can actually see. There's the dirt in the bottom of the filter bowl. That shows that the filter's actually doing its job. That seal there comes with the kit for this particular filter, so we'll be replacing that. Bits on top of the filter. It does just show that this is actually, these filters are doing the job. They haven't been changed in a year, which I think is absolutely ample. If you really want to be anal, you can go by the hours used on the hours meter that you have on the dashboard of the boat you've got. Right on the top of this, the filter bowl holding underneath the lip here, there's actually another little seal, and then if you put your hands into the middle, you sometimes have a little round one. The little seal as well, a little round one. It's a bit like that, but it's sort of wedding ring size. This one here, I didn't mention this before, this goes on the top of the bolt there to stop it leaking. So that one and the little one, do you need to change them? Perhaps not every time, but I change them. You have to buy them anyway, so it only takes a couple of minutes. Using the air filter there just to hold it up and show you. I just replaced that, that just pushes down into the groove. Actually goes under there, and usually to get these out, the old one out, you usually have to use an electrical screwdriver, a pin or something sharp like that, just to stick into it and pull it down. I've got to say that mine is actually a self-bleed system, so that I don't have to bleed these. That there is the bleed nipple if I didn't have that, because they're pretty standard mountings. They do both sorts. That is the nut I'd have to undo if I had to bleed the system. It's just a matter of turning the engine over until you start getting diesel with no bubbles coming out of that. And there's the new one. As you can see, it just screws on down there. Hand tight, so it's not too bad, but if yours isn't hand tight, you could buy one of these. The loop fits over the filter, and you can either turn it to tighten it up, but you shouldn't need one of these to tighten it up. Be ridiculous. I got these last year because my oil filter, which is the same design as this, wouldn't come undone, and I ended up doing something else which is a bit old school, but knocking a screwdriver through the side of the filter out the other side and turning it. I think that Hulk must have done that one, but there's no reason to do that at all. So let's get the old one off and see how we go. Here we have the old one off. It's got a bit of dirt around the outside here, but that dirt comes from the outside. This part of the filter is actually on the outside of the engine, so it is going to get dirty. On the inside, it looks to be fairly clean actually, which means the other filter must be doing a really good job. Pleased with that. The new one on, we'll put some grease around here, and then it's just a matter of screwing it on fairly tightly, but don't over tighten it. There we go, started first time. Just leave it running just to warm the oil up a little bit before I drain it. The oil filter is located on my engine right down there, and it's just a matter of unscrewing it and screwing on the new one. Again, put a little bit of grease on the rubber seal there before you screw out using that there, and you can actually pump it out into the receptacle of your choice, and then it's just a matter of filling up until the level on the dipstick is correct for you and your engine. I'll drain the oil, and now it's just a matter of topping it up. Should take about a litre or two at maximum. I use the same oil as I use in the engine for the gearbox. In total, I think I must use probably 7.5 litres. I've also topped up stern gland. Now I'm going to put a little grease around all the cables, accelerator cables, etc., and then try and get some of this water out. Another good idea is to just check the tightness of your fan belts down there. Mine are okay. If you like the video, press the like button. If you want to subscribe to get the latest updates, press the subscribe button below. It's goodbye from me, it's goodbye from Safi. Goodbye.